This session focuses on Chapter 5 of our Business Research Methods course. This aims to enhance understanding of the human element in business research. We will examine organizational and ethical considerations integral to the research process, moving beyond technical aspects. These factors influence research conceptualization, conduct, management within an organization, and application to business challenges. A thorough comprehension of organizational structures, potential conflicts, and ethical responsibilities is essential for informed and responsible business decision-making. This chapter aims to provide a comprehensive understanding of effective and ethical business research concepts. Upon completion, you will be able to define decision-making processes and explain research's role within them. You will also classify business research into exploratory, descriptive, or causal categories, recognizing their unique objectives and methodologies. The major phases and steps of the research process will be outlined, offering a structured roadmap. Furthermore, you will differentiate between a singular research project and a broader research program. Critical attention will be given to the ethical landscape of business research, covering the rights and responsibilities of respondents, researchers, and clients. This knowledge will facilitate the identification and navigation of conflicts of interest, ensuring research integrity. This scenario illustrates a common yet challenging ethical dilemma for professional researchers. Consider a situation where a comprehensive research study yields findings that contradict management's expectations or requests. This poses a significant challenge to research integrity. The researcher faces a choice: either alter or selectively present the report to align with preferences, potentially compromising data accuracy, or uphold objective findings despite potential pressure or repercussions. This highlights the ongoing need for researchers to maintain integrity and objectivity, particularly when results are inconvenient. Companies must decide whether to conduct research internally or use an external firm. Outside agencies offer fresh perspectives, objectivity, specialized skills, and local market expertise. In-house research provides advantages such as speed, enhanced collaboration, reduced cost, and improved secrecy. The choice depends on the specific needs and priorities of the organization. Exhibit 5.1 presents a decision framework for determining whether to conduct research in-house or outsource it. This framework systematically identifies key factors for managers to evaluate. These factors include project complexity, the requirement for specialized expertise, budget limitations, project timeline urgency, and the necessity for objectivity in findings. By considering these elements within their specific business context, managers can make informed decisions regarding research execution, optimizing outcomes for their organization. The organizational structure for business research varies significantly with firm size and complexity. Small firms, typically under 100 employees, rarely have formal research departments. Research responsibilities usually reside with senior executives, like the VP of Marketing, who integrate research into broader strategies. Large or specialized projects are generally outsourced by these firms. Mid-sized firms, with 100 to 500 employees, may develop small, dedicated research roles or teams for routine studies, yet often outsource extensive initiatives. Large firms, exceeding 500 employees, possess the resources and strategic need for formal, structured research departments. These departments are typically well-staffed with specialized roles to manage extensive in-house research programs efficiently. Exhibit 5.3 displays a typical organizational chart for a marketing research department in a large corporation. This structure promotes specialization and an efficient division of labor. It illustrates a hierarchical arrangement with various levels of responsibility. These include top leadership for strategic direction. In a research department, specific leadership roles are essential for strategic direction and operational execution. The Director of Marketing Research provides overarching leadership, integrating research activities with business objectives. This role involves planning and overseeing the entire research function, managing resources and strategic output. The research analyst functions as a project manager, serving as the primary client contact. Responsibilities include designing studies, preparing proposals with methodologies and timelines, and supervising the entire research process from conception to report delivery.
This role requires technical expertise, client management, and project oversight.
Several specialized positions support the leadership and analytical roles in a large research department. Research assistants provide technical support for tasks such as questionnaire design, data preparation, statistical computations, and report assistance. The manager of decision support systems oversees the collection and analysis of ongoing internal data, including CRM information, sales data, and inventory records, which is crucial for business intelligence. The forecast analyst offers technical assistance in running statistical programs and manipulating data. Their primary goal is to generate accurate sales forecasts, market trend predictions, and predictive models, all essential for strategic planning and resource allocation.
Managing a research department presents unique challenges, often related to the nature of research professionals and how research is perceived. Many skilled researchers prefer conducting technical analysis over managing personnel and administrative duties, which makes transitioning to managerial roles difficult. The research director's managerial function may lack formal recognition or support within the organizational structure, potentially affecting their prestige and access to resources. Top researchers, accustomed to meticulous project control, can struggle with effective delegation, fearing a loss of quality. Additionally, research is often viewed as merely a collection of techniques or a reactive service, rather than a strategic function guiding core business decisions.
J.D. Power exemplifies the real-world impact and strategic power of well-conducted business research. This firm conducts independent, objective research across various products and services. Its ratings and awards influence consumer purchasing decisions and shape company reputations across industries. J.D. Power's work demonstrates how research identifies multiple dimensions of value for businesses and consumers. For example, in the automotive tire market, their data might show Michelin consistently ranks high in treadwear durability and problem avoidance. Concurrently, research might indicate consumers perceive Pirelli tires as aesthetically superior. Both insights are valuable for strategic product positioning and enabling consumers to make informed choices based on their priorities. The relationship between senior management and internal research departments can often be a source of organizational conflict. Research findings that imply criticism of past management decisions can lead to defensiveness. Disagreements over resource allocation, budgets, and project timelines are also common. A philosophical clash may occur when data-driven recommendations contradict a manager's intuition, especially if that intuition is long held and has been successful. This resistance is heightened when managers base decisions on past experience, and objective research suggests an alternative, data-backed approach. The case of Wong Laboratories illustrates the risks of relying solely on past success and intuition without objective data. Founder Anne Wong, successful with proprietary word processing systems, overlooked the rising dominance of the IBM personal computer standard. Despite market signals, his adherence to his operating system led to the company's decline and bankruptcy. This demonstrates how even successful leaders can succumb to mental biases like confirmation bias. Objective business research provides an unbiased check against these cognitive traps. It ensures decisions are data-driven rather than based on intuition or historical achievements. Organizations can reduce conflict between management and research departments through several proactive strategies. Early involvement of management in research projects fosters collaboration and shared ownership. Formal job descriptions clarify roles, responsibilities, and expectations, preventing misunderstandings. Developing a comprehensive annual research program ensures strategic alignment and proactive planning. Improving communication of research findings and designs is crucial, requiring clear, concise, and actionable presentations. Appointing a research generalist or liaison, skilled in both research and business strategy, can effectively bridge communication gaps by translating needs and findings. Exhibit 5.5 illustrates a model for improving two-way communication to reduce conflict between management and research teams. It emphasizes a continuous feedback loop and several critical components. These include jointly establishing clear, measurable objectives at project inception to ensure mutual understanding. Regular, structured check-ins and progress updates are also vital for adjustments and alignment. The model stresses that final research reports must be clear,
actionable, and directly linked to initial goals. This consistent communication ensures alignment in understanding, expectations, and strategic direction, fostering collaboration and reducing conflict. Cross-functional teams are a powerful organizational tool for fostering integration, collaboration, and comprehensive understanding. These teams consist of individuals from various departments, such as engineering, production, finance, and marketing, united by a common project or purpose. This approach offers several benefits. It focuses organizational efforts on core business processes, like new product development, ensuring shared objectives. It also reduces employees' tendency to operate within functional silos, promoting a holistic perspective. Critically, cross-functional teams enhance the communication of customer desires and insights across the entire firm, from design to marketing, ensuring customer voice integration at all levels. The external research industry comprises various commercial providers, known as research suppliers, offering specialized services. These suppliers are categorized by their distinct value propositions. A syndicated service provider collects and sells standardized information, such as industry reports or consumer panel data, to multiple clients on a subscription basis. In contrast, a standardized research service company employs a unique, consistent methodology to investigate specific business areas. While the reports are not identical for all clients, the standardized approach ensures efficiency and specialized expertise in areas like brand tracking or customer satisfaction measurement. Consider Haagen-Dazs's expansion into the Chinese market as an example of the utility of external research suppliers. Deciding on optimal store locations in China's diverse market presents a significant challenge due to varied demographics, cultural nuances, and competitive landscapes. Specialized, standardized research companies offer invaluable assistance here. These firms possess global infrastructure and local expertise, providing granular market intelligence and precise location analysis. They deliver data on consumer demographics, foot traffic, competitor proximity, and spending habits. This enables data-driven site selection decisions, maximizing success and minimizing risk in complex international markets.
The external research industry encompasses supplier types that extend beyond syndicated and standardized services. Limited service research suppliers specialize in particular research activities. Examples include firms dedicated to field interviewing, survey programming, or data processing. Full-service research firms often subcontract to these specialists for efficiency and expertise. Custom research involves projects meticulously designed to address a client's unique and complex business problems. This tailored approach aligns every research aspect, from methodology to reporting, with the client's specific strategic objectives.
This section addresses the critical subject of ethics in business research. Business ethics is defined as the application of moral principles and values to behaviors, decisions, and practices within the commercial environment. Moral standards represent the principles guiding individuals and organizations in distinguishing ethical from unethical conduct. An ethical dilemma occurs when an individual or organization faces alternative actions, each with conflicting ethical implications. Navigating these is a common and inherent aspect of the business research profession. Individuals and organizations often address ethical dilemmas from two distinct philosophical perspectives: relativism and idealism. Relativism rejects absolute moral standards, asserting that right and wrong depend on the specific situation, cultural context, or individual beliefs. This framework acknowledges no unchanging moral rules. In contrast, idealism bases morality on absolute, unchanging principles, such as the Golden Rule. This principle, common across cultures, dictates universal ethical application regardless of specific situations, providing a consistent moral compass. Ethical responsibility in business research is a shared duty among all involved parties. This includes the researchers, referred to as the doers, who perform the actual research. It also encompasses the research client or sponsor, the users, who commission and fund the research. Critically, research participants or subjects who provide data are also included. Each of these three groups holds specific rights and corresponding obligations, forming a complex ethical framework that requires careful adherence from every party. Exhibit 5.7 is a detailed matrix illustrating the interactions of rights and obligations among the researcher, participant, and client in a research project. This framework provides clarity for navigating the ethical landscape. It articulates a researcher's obligations to a participant, such as ensuring confidentiality and protection from harm. It also defines a participant's rights concerning the client, like privacy regarding their information. Additionally, it outlines a client's obligations to the researcher, including resource provision and accurate representation of findings. This matrix offers a systematic approach to upholding ethical relationships and responsibilities in research.
Research participants have specific rights and obligations, which are crucial for study integrity. Participants have the right to be fully informed about the research's purpose, nature, risks, and benefits before giving consent. They are entitled to absolute privacy, ensuring their personal identity and responses remain confidential. Participants also have the right to be protected from physical, psychological, or emotional harm. In return, their primary obligation is to be truthful, providing honest and accurate responses. Key concepts safeguarding these rights include informed consent, where individuals understand and voluntarily agree to participate, often documented via a consent form. Confidentiality assures that any information provided, particularly identifiable data, will not be shared without authorization and will be used solely for the stated research purposes.
The right of participants to be fully informed sometimes poses an ethical challenge in experimental designs. A controlled degree of deception may be necessary in certain experiments to prevent demand characteristics or participant bias from invalidating results. For instance, a placebo is used in trials to distinguish true treatment effects from psychological expectations. When deception is employed, debriefing is a critical and non-negotiable step. After the study, subjects must be fully informed about its actual purpose, any deception explained, and given opportunities to ask questions. This ensures transparency and minimizes potential psychological harm. Children are a sensitive demographic in research, requiring special ethical considerations due to their vulnerability. The exponential growth of online marketing targeting children presents new ethical dilemmas. For example, platforms like PopTartsWorld.com allow children to interact with brands through games. The primary ethical concern is children's inability to recognize that they are being marketed to, or that their data is being collected. They may view these interactions as pure entertainment, not grasping the commercial intent. This raises significant questions regarding informed consent and protection from commercial exploitation in online interactions. Protecting research participants from harm requires a rigorous checklist before any study commences. Key questions include: has the subject provided explicit, voluntary, and informed consent? Is there a foreseeable risk of physical, psychological, or emotional harm? Can the subject return to their initial state after the study without lasting negative effects? To enforce ethical oversight, many institutions utilize a Human Subjects Review Committee, or IRB. This board reviews and approves research designs to ensure paramount participant safety, well-being, and ethical treatment throughout the research process.
Researchers have extensive ethical obligations to uphold professional integrity and trustworthiness. Their primary duty is to ensure that research serves genuine, objective inquiry and is not a disguised sales tactic or form of manipulation. They must maintain absolute objectivity throughout all research stages, actively avoiding biases and preconceived notions. This includes never misrepresenting findings through selective reporting or fabrication. Researchers are ethically bound to be honest and transparent about any errors or limitations. Protecting the confidentiality of both subjects and clients and safeguarding sensitive and proprietary information is also critical. Furthermore, researchers must not disseminate conclusions, recommendations, or interpretations that are unwarranted by the collected and analyzed data.
Researchers and consumers must be aware of practices that masquerade as legitimate research but are misleading or unethical. Pseudo-research is conducted to bolster a preconceived viewpoint, not to gather objective information. Its findings are often predetermined. Push polls are deceptive telemarketing or political campaigns disguised as surveys, designed to spread negative information or influence opinion with biased questions. Service monitoring, contacting customers about their experiences, is a legitimate business practice for customer satisfaction. However, it should not be confused with formal, objective, or scientific business research, as its purpose is operational feedback.
A significant ethical challenge arises when researching individuals who have experienced profound trauma or stress. While such research may offer valuable insights for future interventions and support, the process of surveying vulnerable individuals could inadvertently cause additional psychological harm. Due to these high stakes, stringent safeguards are imperative. For example, U.S. federally funded research must undergo rigorous peer review to ensure ethical soundness. Increasingly, corporations are establishing internal human subjects ethics committees to review proposals. These measures ensure participant well-being and dignity remain paramount in research involving traumatized subjects. Researchers must scrupulously avoid conflicts of interest. A conflict arises when competing professional or personal interests could compromise objectivity, introduce bias, or undermine a client's best interests. A common ethical breach occurs when a researcher or firm works simultaneously for two direct competitors. This scenario creates an impossible dilemma, compromising objectivity and impartiality. It also poses a serious risk to client confidentiality, as proprietary information could inadvertently benefit a competitor, leading to legal and reputational consequences. Clients or sponsors who commission research also have significant ethical obligations for a fair and productive relationship. They are responsible for maintaining an ethical and transparent buyer-seller relationship with their research supplier. This includes being open about research needs, study objectives, and the ultimate use of findings. Transparency is especially crucial in advocacy research, where findings might be used in legal cases or public policy. Most importantly, clients share a joint responsibility with researchers to uphold and protect participants' privacy rights, ensuring personal information is handled respectfully and not misused or disclosed without permission. The discussion concludes with internet privacy, a pressing ethical issue in modern business research. The systematic collection and use of online user data remain highly controversial. Researchers often argue for access to vast amounts of data, including demographics, browsing history, and purchase behaviors, to gain meaningful insights. They propose anonymizing and aggregating this data to protect privacy while enabling analysis. However, the paramount ethical principle is that private consumer information, especially identifiable or sensitive data, must not be disclosed, shared, or used beyond its original intent without explicit, informed permission from the consumers who provided it. This emphasizes the need for transparent data practices and robust consent mechanisms.